Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Data Playbook. It's week 16, and we have our Sunday games to go through after a couple Saturday games and Thursday night. And there's no major updates to the tool, but I do expect to get to more over the next couple weeks. So if you want to see what updates come out, go ahead and give a subscribe so you can follow along. But other than that, let's get into our game data. Jumping into the next game, you have Minnesota at the Giants, where Minnesota is favored on the money line with a spread of 2.5 and a total line of 43.5. Here's the seasonal averages. And looking at their rankings, you have a pretty poor offense on Minnesota with a scoring rate of 24, a passing rate of 27, a rushing rate of 24. Defensively, it's a little better with an allowed scoring rate of 13, allowed passing rate of 7, and allowed rushing rate of 25. For Giants, you have a bit of a mixed offense with a scoring rate of 22, a passing rate of 15, and a rushing rate of 10. And defensively, it's pretty bad with an allowed scoring rate of 29, allowed passing rate of 24, and an allowed rushing rate of 31. For your quarterbacks, you have J.J. McCarthy and Jackson Dart, with McCarthy averaging 13.6 fantasy points per game and Dart at 17.8. Here's their averages. Along with the turnovers, you have McCarthy at 11 interceptions this season and 1 fumble lost due to sacks, and you have Dart at 4 interceptions this season with 1 fumble lost due to sacks and 1 additional rushing fumble. And then for their share, you have McCarthy at 11.1% of the carry share and 11.6% of the rushing yard share. For Jackson Dart, you're at 17.1% of their carry share and 23% of the rushing yard share. For your running backs, you have Aaron Jones and Tyron Tracy Jr., with Jones averaging 9.2 fantasy points per game and Tracy at 9.7. Here's your seasonal averages for them, and with the only turnover coming from Jones, with 1 receiving fumble this season. And then for your carry share, you have 31.4% of the rushing carry share for Jones and about 31% of the rushing yard share, with that next largest portion coming from Jordan Mason, because he filled in while Aaron Jones was hurt for part of the season. And then you have Tyron Tracy at 31.4% of the rushing carry share and 29% of the rushing yard share, again filling in for Cam Scatteraboo and some other people who have been in this season. For your receivers, you have Justin Jefferson and Wayndale Robinson, with Jefferson averaging 11.5 fantasy points per game and Robinson at 13.6. Once again, here's their averages, and with no turnovers, we'll go right to the charts, so give this panel a pause if you want to look at it more. But otherwise, we have Justin Jefferson at 32.2% of the target share and 32.7% of the receiving yard share, of course giving him the largest percentage on his team. And you have Wayndale Robinson at 28.4% of the target share and almost 28% of the receiving yard share, giving him the largest portion on his team. For your number 2 receivers, you have Jordan Addison and Darius Slayton. Addison averaging 10.5 fantasy points per game and Slayton at 7.5. Here are their averages, with the only turnover coming from Slayton with 1 receiving fumble. Looking at their share, you have Addison at 19.8% of the target share and 22.6% of the receiving yard share, giving him the second largest portion on his team. And with Slayton, you're at 11.6% of his target share and 14.6% of the receiving yard share. Lastly, with your tight ends, you have TJ Hawkinson and Theo Johnson. Hawkinson averaging almost 8 fantasy points per game, and Theo Johnson at about 9. Here are their averages, and with no turnovers, we'll go right to the charts, where you have Hawkinson at about 17.8% of the target share and 17.1% of the receiving yard share, and Theo Johnson at 17% of the target share and 16.7% of the receiving yard share. So that wraps it up for this game. The notable parts would be this passing rate of 15 against this allowed passing rate of 7, so Minnesota may be able to shut down the passing game. And even more so, this rushing rate of 10 against this allowed rushing rate of 25 gives the advantage to New York. But otherwise, Minnesota, even though they're pretty bad offensively, does match up pretty well against the Giants' defense, which is quite bad as well. So if Minnesota can really take advantage of that fact, and it just becomes a scoring match, Minnesota may have a chance to win, especially against this allowed scoring rate of 13, which is much better against the scoring rate of 22. So I think all of that does put the numbers in favor for Minnesota. But we'll just have to see, since it is in New York, if they can come up with a game plan to end up thwarting the Vikings. So there you are with that data. I hope you found it informational and useful. And if you did, leave a like and subscribe. And leave a comment on what else you'd want to see in the future. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you for the next game.